has decided that he doesn't have any other children and has named his new son Brian McKnight Jr. or the second, as well as he has another son named Brian McKnight Jr.
Okay.
second.
So before people talk
And act
shit,
like he didn't have any other kids. That he didn't have
okay.
any.
So we're gonna stay here for a second.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna let y'all in. So my mom's name is Jennifer. She was named after my great grandmother, Grandma Jenny, that I had the opportunity to meet my great grandmother in the 90s. She lived to be like 104, I believe.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi. But so my mom's name is Jennifer, named after my great grandmother. Y'all, I have an aunt that's in England. Her name is Jennifer as well. I have never met my aunt in England. I've only spoken to her on the phone.
Oh, so this is your mom's sister, direct
This
sister.
is my mom's older sister named Jennifer.
And I'm assuming they have two different mothers.
They have two different mothers. Jennifer in London, her mom is white, and yeah.
Is she British? Your mom British?
No, my mom is not British. What?
No, 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 no,
Oh
no,
my
no. I'm
God,
talking about
could you
the mom for
imagine?
the other Jennifer.
Yes, my aunt is British. I don't know if she's still. I hope that she's still alive because I want to try to like go meet her in person. My Lucretia has met her once in the 80s, right when she was studying abroad in London, and then my mom unfortunately passed when she got back.
Did she
So,
come to your mother's funeral?
no, I don't. I don't know, but I would assume no.
Yeah. So
Because my mom passed, it was so sudden. It wasn't like my mom was sick.
so she's older than your mom. So how old is she probably now? Like late 60s, maybe?
Jennifer would have to be older than that. I'm gonna say
Oh, and
70s. Because
so
for this is
she might
from
be
when my
going to
grandpa
glory.
was stationed over there in the war.
Oh shit! This is World War II.
I don't know if it wasn't Vietnam.
It's got to be World War II then.
Yeah, so that's yeah.
Wow. So is she's like real light skin or like what is?
She looked like a white woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Is your grandfather light skin?
No.
That ain't his kid then.
You know, genes do weird things.
Yeah, but you said she's
I
like a
saw a
white
photo
woman
of
though.
her.
Is he dark skinned?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say dark. I can send you a picture of my grandpa. But so when I saw that, I was like,
I know about this.
memory unlocked.
Wow.
And then so I will say this, y'all, before we get back into Brian Big Shad, because like I was like, okay, so I asked mom, I was okay, so what was Granny thinking, knowing that grandpa already had a kid named Jennifer? Why would she do that? But it's it was a very tumultuous relationship, and I think it's created some sort of generational trauma in me, low key. So it's a whole nother thing. But she was like, I don't recall like Penny really even kind of tripping off of it. So, but yeah, I was like, that's really weird, and that's kind of like, I guess like, oh, but that don't really count because it's not stateside, niggas.
Wow. So that was that before he was with your grandmother?
Yeah, so he had Jennifer Kemp, which is my aunt in London, in England. This is before my mom was born.
Yeah.
And then when he came home, he ended up getting with my aunt. I mean my granny. Who I said that's weird. My granny, and then they had 3 kids together. One is possibly a maybe, according to somebody else. But my grandpa was a G.
Look, if you went to war, I'll give you all kind of passes.
My grandpa is like, it's funny because like my grandpa would help my granny out with like one of her other kids. My granny had like 5 kids, and so like my I have an uncle that I don't really like, who's still living, I don't really fuck with because we was fist fighting that one time I was telling you,
Yes.
you know. And so he used to give my granny like child support for him, and that wasn't his kid. And he would just help her out just to look out, and help. And so he was like, I remember this, I'll never forget this. My grandpa was like, yeah, that Peppy, he's something else. He got a mouth on him, he hard-headed, he don't listen. And one time he was at my barbershop and I told him to stop doing something. And he said, I ain't gotta listen to you. You ain't my daddy. And he said, you're right. And I never gave your granny another dime for that nigga. I was like, oh, that's when I knew. That's when I knew. When my grandpa told me that, I already knew what my next journey in life would be. And would be to fight.
Hey, that's ill.
I miss my grandpa, man. We used to go to Hardee's. Okay, anyway, I ain't about to cry on this show.
Yeah. No. We let's talk about your boy Brian Mcknight.
Nigga, Brian Mcknight ain't been right since he was trying to teach niggas how to make bitches orgasm, right?
Yeah, the pussy work. That is the beginning and the end of the Brian Mcknight that we knew and loved when he was saying one last cry. Yep. That is the last thing. That is the last thing. That is a bookmark for him. He went a totally different direction. He became Dr. Doom. He became a villain. Like that was the point. He became a villain. For real, like he literally became a villain. We just didn't understand that he was becoming a villain.
Dog. So, okay, so what's funny is this shit that's coming out about Brian Mcknight actually on Black Twitter, because now it's going viral, but it's been a thing on Black Twitter for a minute.
Right, but the thing with his son before was like a couple of years ago or like a year or two ago where someone was tripping. I got with Brian Mcknight for that because your son just wants you to help you take care of him forever, and this nigga damn near 30. I got that.
Yeah.
But this is some different shit that he's on now.
I just want our people to be free. Free from thinking that white is right. And I feel like there's a certain threshold.
Is she Filipino or something?
Whatever.
I'm just saying, I thought she just looked a little bit more Asian. Let me see.
Dabbling in otherism does not make you elite. It does not make you great. If you ain't shit person, you an ain't shit person. And honestly, maybe all along, Brian Mcknight ain't been an ain't shit person, and he's just allowing us to see the truth. Because like the fact that you were trying to play in your biological fully black kids' faces like this, like I want to beat your ass and you're not even my daddy.
100%.
Like I think he has 2 or 3 kids from his marriage to the black woman.
Mm-hmm. Which, all good. But the idea you saying like you taught me how to be a girl dad, and you know how I feel about my panda bear. Like the idea that I would just have a whole and that's not even my kid, her kid, do some other shit and say that little girl taught me how to be a girl dad.
This is the best thing.
I have a conspiracy about this.
Okay, go ahead. I'm here.
I think he's jammed up for some other shit, and he's trying to make his current wife feel okay about who he is. So I think this has nothing to do with everything that we thinking about. He just ain't fucking because he got jammed up with some other chick. He did. And he's now trying to make himself look better and put himself out there better for her and saying like, this is how much I love this family because he got caught doing some other shit. He's overcompensating. That's an overcompensating situation.
So you know how niggas do? I fuck with that.
You know how niggas do? They'll be like,
yeah.
You know how many niggas we know that'll be like, they didn't fuck 30 chicks though. They'd be like, man, I love my wife. Ain't nothing else but to be with you. And you be like, nigga, I saw you on the Mocha Fest thing.
Like LeBron James?
Don't do that. No, we talking about Mocha Fest.
Oh, okay.
Like I saw you on the Mocha Fest video getting head. How you love your wife and your family.
Okay. So so think about that in that sense. Okay. So how that video of Chance the Rapper came out. And then they're like, and I was like, they're dancing. It's no big deal. But then the wife was like, kind of posted semi-cryptic messages, which I don't like shit like that because I'm like, bitch, call it out. Like, call a spade.
Or my whole thing is, don't fuck up your potential money that you getting for child support and for your alimony. That money will get reduced if he ain't making no money. I don't know how women ain't figured that part out the game yet. How you want to stop my bag, but then expect you to get a bag? If you don't want to beat me, cool, but increase your bag by not fucking up my money.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why would you? Okay, and then what you even posted was like, don't make sense. And then your ex-wife, I'm like, his ex-wife kind of spoke out like in just like, okay, my kids, like you can't erase my kids and blah 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 blah, like, you know, just kind of like, which I'm not mad at her saying anything.
He might have texted her and be like, you know, I got jammed up. I got to send this thing out though. Don't trip. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Brian
McKnight got jammed up. I'm trying to tell people. People are like, oh, he's so horrible. He got jammed up, and he wanted to make his new wife feel so good about her position.
That could be very well true. That could be very well true, right?
Because that's some callous, crazy shit. The only way you do it is if you already jammed up. You only make callous, crazy decisions if you jammed up. It's like being with the police and being like, hey, man, Chris did it.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess, technically you could be right. He could have got caught up in something and now he overcompensating. But it's like, but the history of Brian McKnight, this is kind of on brand because he been playing in his kids' faces, regardless of like the 30-something, the dude that's almost 30. But it's been some weird shit happening. Like I feel like it was some weird shit with him and the daughter. It was some weird shit with him and one of the other kids. So it's like it's like you're giving weird, sir. And I don't like when people get into new relationships and try to exclude their kids from a previous relationship. That's like my little sister's dad, like not fucking with her. And now he don't have kids with his wife. Like, you know, he doesn't have kids with Diane, but like not including my little sister. I would beat Alan's ass. I love Alan. I really do. I love Alan. It took me a while to get here, but I love Alan.
Yeah, no.
And so, but like, I'd be damned if like Alan played in my little sister face. I'm telling you, like, I go to war for my for the family members that I fuck with. And there ain't a lot of them that I really mess with. But I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna.
Hey, yo, this episode's wild, yo.
It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey. I've been having a hard time. Too. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm giving y'all the best that I got, baby. Like, it's honestly, like, truly, like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like Brian McKnight has been a fuck nigga for a minute. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's kind of hard to decipher if there could have potentially been something else happening. That's all I'm saying.
It's just Brian McKnight, though, is the guy that you think. The reason I say he's a super villain is if you listen to those first 3-4 Brian McKnight, this super sensitive as a man, which is super dope, really conveying feelings as a man.
Right.
Like what relate your ups and downs of relationships. And then around 2011, 2010, we get the pussy work. And that took people understand, like our younger listeners that may not have been around when pussy work came out. That was one of the biggest things on the internet that song came out. And he was dead serious sitting on the piano. Was like, I got something I've been working on. Do-do-do-do. Let me show you how your pussy works.
Yes.
Like, yo.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, you remember how Smokey Robinson had that moment where like
the orgasm album he just came out with.
Like it was worse, you know, and so I mean, like I feel like low key. I used to, and this is coming from a person. I thought Brian McKnight, even when I was younger, was very attractive, and
no,
I just hate like
dude.
Huh?
Brian McKnight is an attractive dude.
He's an attractive dude, right?
Yeah.
I just hate when niggas switch up on me. Like I hate to switch up.
And he did
Like,
the
words
switch
to
up.
Scotty ATL, because I'm in that video, by the way. Never switch up. I'm in there. Um, but I just, oh, that be the thing that below me about people, like, and this is coming from a bitch that's telling you, when the money is liquid, I'm switching up. And what I mean by switching up, I don't mean like I'm already bougie, but I'm like, I'm just gonna kick it up a notch for real. But am I still gonna cuss you out? Absolutely. It might be more proper, but I'm cussing you the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? So I hope they can figure it out, because this is coming from a person that be at odds with her family, right? Like, I be at odds with my dad about like little shit, and my dad almost died for me to like, oh nigga,
Is
you
your
did this
sister
on
eyes with your
purpose,
dad as much?
huh?
Is your sister eyes with your dad as much?
My sister and my dad are probably closer. I would say we both, to a certain degree, are daddy's girl, but they definitely have more in common. But no, I'm not. I don't be fucking with my dad because of nigga shit. Like,
Okay.
and
She fucks with him more though than you. She fucks with him more than you do.
I would probably say right now it's probably the same level. Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
So
because
it was some
it
real
was
fuck
something that
shit then if y'all
happened that
both ain't
made us
fucking.
kind of fall back. But then this nigga almost died, and then we was like, ah, you almost like. I was like, so when I took his number off the block, I was like, so you tried to die to make me unblock you? Okay, cool.
You tried to die to get me to unblock you. Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? And what's the weird thing about it is, like I was telling my homeboy, shout out to Ray B. I was like, you want to know what's weird about, like, when my dad was in the hospital? I was like, what's weird is that I have been having like these weird dreams, and he had died in those dreams. And
Word.
so, and I was kind of telling my homeboy the situation. He was like, man, unblock him and call your dad. And I was like, nigga, you a leaver. You supposed to be on my side. And he was like,
No, but he
no,
was
like,
right about it. He was right.
huh?
He was right. He's right though.
Yeah, no, and he was right. And like, I did call him. And my dad called me yesterday and checked in. He's like, well, I haven't heard from you. And I was like, I want to be like, nigga, you know I'm still mad at you. But it's cool, like, I was just like, no, like, I was like, dad, I just been kind of going through the motions a little bit. Life has been a little tough. On top of that, I have a dog, and my dog has been sick. Having a dog is like, to a certain degree, having a child. So I'm trying to make sure my dog is okay. I had to get this blood work and all this stuff done for her, on top of the hearing issue. So I've just been really frustrated, and so